Hello and welcome to Busy Pro Fast Wellness, the podcast for busy professionals who want quick, impactful strategies to live healthier, happier lives. I'm Welch, and as the festive season approaches, I want to invite you to take a pause with me. Today's episode is inspired by Oliver Burkeman's insightful book, 4,000 Weeks, Time Management for Mortals. And with only 4,000 weeks, give or take, in an average human life, Oliver Burkeman challenges us to rethink our relationship with time. So today we are going to dive into a festive reflection on time, meaning, and the gift of presence. And I'm not referring to the presents you give and receive during the festive period, but rather the presence as in being present in the now. Let's start with a quote from the author, Oliver Burkeman. The average human lifespan is absurdly, terrifyingly, insultingly short. Now this might sound pretty grim, but he uses this truth to push us towards living more fully and intentionally. So firstly, we are going to think about rethinking productivity for the holidays. And we often approach time like a puzzle to solve, how to squeeze more out of it, especially during the holidays. But Oliver Burkeman argues that this mindset prevents us from truly living. So instead of cramming your days with endless to-do lists, ask yourself, what truly matters this season? Maybe it's time spent with loved ones, or savouring simple moments like decorating a tree together, or enjoying your favourite festive treat. So I'd like to invite you to try this. This is called the 2-minute pause. Now we won't spend 2 minutes doing this now, but this is really what you need to do. So each morning this week, just take 2 minutes to sit quietly and reflect. Ask yourself, what's one thing I'll enjoy today, no matter what? And let that guide your actions. Let's try that together now, and as opposed to taking 2 minutes to think about this, let's now sit quietly and reflect for just 20 seconds and ask ourselves this question. What is one thing that we'll enjoy doing today, no matter what? And let that one thing guide our actions for the day. Okay, let's go. Great stuff. I think that was about 20 seconds. Secondly, we are looking at the joy of limitation, which might sound rather strange. But Oliver Burkeman reminds us that accepting our limits, like the fact we can't do everything, is in fact rather freeing. During this festive season, instead of striving to make it perfect, just embrace imperfection. A burnt pie or a forgotten gift is part of that charm. So here's another activity, and this one I'm calling the presence check-in. Whenever you feel overwhelmed or your mind is cluttered, stop and ground yourself. So let's try a simple yet powerful visualization technique to help calm your mind and ground you in the present moment. And this is something I recently learnt from an excellent mindfulness course that I did over a 7-week period. Firstly, shift all your attention to one thing directly in front of you. Focus intently. Become exquisitely aware of what you're seeing. Notice the vibrant colours, the subtle shades, and the way that the light interacts with textures and shapes. Observe every detail as if you're seeing it for the very first time. And if your mind begins to wander, don't worry about it. Just gently bring your attention back to what you see in front of you. Now let's shift that sharp, focused attention to your sense of hearing. Tune in to the furthest sound you can hear, whatever it is. Is it a faint hum, or perhaps a distant voice, or perhaps the distant sound of the cars? Whatever it is, just focus in. Now, bring your focus closer. I want you to hear the nearest sound around you. Maybe it's the sound of your feet on the ground, or the creak of a chair, the sound of any of your own movements. And finally, if you haven't already noticed, listen to the sound of your own breath. Take a moment to really hear your breathing, the gentle inhale and the soft exhale. Feel the life in each breath, grounding you, centering you right here and now. Let's close with this thought from Oliver Burkeman. What counts isn't the length of time you experience, but what you do with it. So, this season, let's focus on the quality of our moments, not the quantity of our tasks. Thank you for joining me for this festive reflection on time. May your holidays be filled with meaningful moments and the gift of presence. If you enjoyed today's episode, don't forget to subscribe and share it with someone who could use a reminder to slow down. Until next time, here's to living well, one moment at a time. Goodbye for now.